Ladies and gentlemen, there is something plaguing the gaming industry that I really think we just need to talk about. And I wanted to use the Escape from Tarkov gameplay because it is directly related to games like Escape from Tarkov. After the 2019 that we had with games launching like Anthem, we had 2018 Fallout 76, microtransactions, loot boxes. We have something that is, in my opinion, even worse when it comes to the games and the experiences that we have while playing them. And that is the lack of diversity with female and male characters inside of our FPS games. Guys, it is a fucking tragedy. It is a travesty and other T words that I could throw in for the fact that Escape from Tarkov does not include female characters, guys. An FPS where you get shot in one shot and nobody gives a flying fuck what race, gender, nationality, whatever the case is, the fact that females don't exist is an absolute shock to the core. And to be honest, the only course of action that I think we have to take is to go on Twitter and just completely lose our shit about it for more than 24 hours. Because guys, now the game is so popular because of the Twitch drops and the Twitch community being propelled up by the gamers themselves. Now it's time for the SJW invasion. And I don't want to be a channel that talks about SJW politics and destroying the left. I don't want to do any of that. But what I do want to bring attention to is something that I'm seeing more and more throughout the gaming community, and that's SJW agendas in terms of what we can and cannot have in video games and what the developers should be focusing on instead of making a game and focusing on the more important issues in terms of, you know, player movement and networking and server infrastructure. No, let's focus on the fact that my character doesn't have a set of tits and different voice dialogue. That is what we are dealing with here, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bigfry, and if you guys enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on it. So I was on Twitter late last night, and I came across a set of tweets by a user named Mr. Negative, and in this thread, he's talking about basically saying, fuck Escape from Tarkov. And if you guys know my history with Escape from Tarkov, you might actually find it surprising that I'm not siding with somebody who says fuck Escape from Tarkov, fuck Battlestate, because I was on that side of when, you know, during the DMCAs with a rock dick and, you know, the shit that they dealt with me, all of that stuff thrown to the side. There's people out here that are attacking Escape from Tarkov because the simple fact is they don't have women character models in the game. And this is something that I was originally going to discuss a couple of years ago when Radical Heights, if you guys remember that game, Radical Heights came out into early access and it was broken. It was buggy, it was early, it was essentially prototype stage. And there were YouTubers going on record being outraged at the fact that at that point, Cliff Blazinski and his team at Boss Key did not have female characters in the game. Rich from Review Tech, I'm looking at you.
Radical Heights, as of now when it launched today, you can't create a female character in the game. That's been like a thing for ages now.
Now, in most of these cases, I would say that it is just a vocal minority that is basically just trying to bitch about something. And it's funny and kind of ironic coming from me because I know a lot of people say that about this channel, that all I do is complain and bitch. But the fact is I try to do it when there's actual legit issues with the product itself. I don't think this is a legit issue. Now, I'm not saying that stance is right or wrong. It is just my opinion. You guys could choose to disagree with me in the comments below. But I thought this was just going to blow over and people just humming and hawing. And then you have Battlestate Games coming out onto Twitter today and basically trying to explain away all of the shit. And they come out and they say, regarding the 3-year-old article that with the points about women in EFT, the answers were done by one non-key Battlestate Games employee, which probably was misinterpreted, and then as a result didn't reflect the official position of the company that we always respected women in wars and military women. The employee was reprimanded and properly instructed. We are sorry for caused confusion. But would you believe it, guys, if I told you that that is not good enough for these people? And this is the fucking problem, is it doesn't become a you guys fucked up, apologize. It becomes a you guys fucked up and we want to see you burn. And that is the problem with Twitter and outrage culture. It wasn't fucking enough that Battlestate Games apologized, explained what happened, said it happened 3 years ago, and it does not reflect their company's outlook on whatever topic it is. No, not good enough. And then they had to go in and they say, just to finally clear up the question about women in EFT. First, there are women in EFT already. There's traders. Some future key storyline quests will have women as main characters, but there will be no playable female characters because of game lore that they've created. But then they go on to say, and more importantly, the huge amount of work needed with animations, gear fitting, etc., etc. Animations, voice dialogue, gear fitting, all of the gear is built for the male character model. And to go through, and if you guys knew the game, but half of these motherfuckers don't, but if you guys did, you would know that there is so many pieces of gear. There's so many different helmets, armors, you know, chest rigs, all of this stuff that you would have to now refigure for a new model, the work involved. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that this is something that they never should do. I think if they wanted to add character models with fucking females or whatever the case is, go for it. But at the current moment, the game is in development, it is in a beta state, and there are 100,000 other things that I believe, in terms of just core game development, are more fucking important than what gender your character is. But would you say that that is not enough? People are still pissed off about this. And all of this anger, I mentioned the name Mr. Negative. If you guys remember, back when Call of Duty Modern Warfare was releasing, this was probably back in, I want to say, late September, early October. There was an article that came out that was talking about the use of white phosphorus in Modern Warfare. And this Mr. Negative, who is on Twitter, is sitting there talking about how he doesn't mind the fact that they're using the white phosphorus. It's just the fact that he believes that Call of Duty is doing it in a non-realistic way. And even though it's just a multiplayer shooter, he just wants to see them do it in a realistic way. And when you take his word there, he's just looking for realism to be depicted realistically. And then you look at his responses to people coming out and saying, yeah, the reason why there's no women here is because their lore is built, the fact that, you know, women extracted and now it's men in these PMC, blah, 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 blah. And they give him 100,000 different reasons as to why it's not happening. His just response to that is, who cares? It's a multiplayer game, bro. Who cares, bro? It's just multiplayer. Just let people play what they want. Well, motherfucker, let me drop white phosphorus on people the way that I want then. But no, that's a complete counterpoint to what you were saying. So now it doesn't, you know, compute to the point that you're trying to make now. It's fucking pathetic. And I'm honestly getting sick and tired of people who don't play these fucking games anyway, bitching about non-issues and making things so much bigger than they are. When I talk about stuff on this channel, and you guys might feel the same way. You guys might feel like, Bigfry, I think in this video or in this video or in this video, you're making it a lot bigger of a problem than it looks. And I've had that comment before, and that's fair. That's fair. You guys are allowed to say that about me. I'm allowed to say it about this situation. I think for the most part, Battlestate Games should just shut the hell up. Make the game that you want to make. And this kind of goes for every developer. If you don't want to put female character models, if you made every character in your game female, it wouldn't matter. As long as the game is good, people are going to fuck with it. Battlefield 5 was that forced agenda. Here's a woman frontline, and a lot of people had a problem with it, but at the end of the day, I think that game sold like 10 million copies. People still play it to this day. Now, is it as big as Battlefield 4? No. But is the game as good as Battlefield 4? No, it's not. There's a correlation between a good game and how many people fucking play it. At the end of the day, none of this shit matters. Make the game you want to make. Don't bend a knee to anybody, because there is a difference between people suggesting things that they think could make your game better and people that are just whining for the sake of just wanting something to whine about. The fact is you adding female characters to this game doesn't make the game better in the slightest. And I know some people would sit here and argue and say, well, it would make the game better for me because I'm a woman and I want to play as a woman. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't actually make the game any better. It might give your experience a little bit better, and I just don't want to see any developer, specifically in this case, Battlestate Games, succumb to that kind of bullshit. Make the game you want to make, keep your heads down, and just fucking do it. And don't worry about the Twitter crowd. And for the people that are pissed off that this game doesn't have female characters, you really don't have to fucking play it. My name is Bigfry. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below. This one might be a little polarizing. I have no idea. I just think people just shut the fuck up and try to enjoy games, man. What happened to that? Why can't we just play fucking games and not have to worry about what gender is who and who's sucking whose dick and whatever the case? Like, who cares about any of this shit? Especially when it comes to first-person shooters that don't have a driving narrative. This game is just overarching lore. There's not even cutscenes. It literally doesn't matter. Shut all you bitch asses up. My name is Bigfry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.